it's Rainbow Chick back here again with Keto Diamond, my mother. And today we thought we'd talk about some creepy stories, creepy things that have happened around the house lately, some older stuff. Would you like to start us off with something?
Yeah, she's also going to share with you guys during this video an EVP that was caught in her old bedroom, which is now Brian and Destiny's bedroom, and it's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah. With this EVP, it's a couple months old, actually, a little while. It's been a little while. But it has been mentioned on her channel before.
But never shown.
Never shown. She couldn't figure out how to do it, and I was able to get it all edited, even get subtitles in there for you from what we think it says.
But feel free to tell us what you think it says.
If it says anything different to you, let us know down in the comments. And also don't forget to ring that bell icon if you haven't already.
And thumbs up.
Yeah, and subscribe if you haven't. Alright.
And leave a comment.
Alright, what do you have a story you would like to share?
Okay, so if you watch my channel, yesterday when I did my vlog, a very interesting thing happened. We think it was a toy that went off, but it doesn't make any sense for that toy to go off, and it sounded like a voice. But I mean, there's really no good explanation for it. So, yeah, that scared me. And this morning, when I was preparing to do my video, I was putting my makeup on, and I was kind of talking to myself. Yeah, a man told me to shut up, and there was no man in the house. There was no woman in the house. It was just me. Well, I mean, technically, there was a woman in the house, you know.
The only woman in the house.
Yeah. And I don't mind telling myself to shut up, but I don't sound like that.
Yeah, I've heard you do that before. I've heard plenty of stories where she's done that before.
This house is very audible. Or what? The whole property is very audible, really. It's an interesting story. We don't really know a whole lot about the land, except for where this house sits right now. There was a church when my parents bought the property. It was old and cruddy and gross. It was fallen in. So for years, my dad used it as a garage. Well, when the church got a little too old and cruddy, and he was afraid that it was going to fall in and hurt one of the children, and they might play in it, he tore it down and put this here.
Me and Brian used to play it all the time, but I had the creepiest feeling anytime I walked into it.
Yeah.
I remember I was like maybe 5, and it was just such a creepy feeling. I didn't necessarily like being in there, but Brian liked to hide in there. So, of course, kind of had to search for him in there.
And this property is not supposed to have any graves on it, but when I was younger, me and one of my nephews walked up through the back field back there. Well, it's woods, really. It's not a field. And we came across a clearing that had
tombstones.
Tombstones, but they were ground. They were all laying out. They were all polished, not marble, polished granite. And you don't just find polished granite laying around in the woods, especially large slabs of it. None of them had any names, dates, or anything else like that on it. But it was really crazy, and it was just a little clearing in a huge thing of wood. So
I've heard that a lot of times with in one place there's actually a bunch of unmarked graves.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean,
the only reason they're unmarked is because they were too young to mark them.
Right. Well, also it's kind of interesting because they don't. Pretty much there is a grave everywhere. Somebody has died everywhere you're going to go. It doesn't matter. At some point in history, all the land's been used multiple times by multiple peoples. So, and they didn't always mark them anyway, and even if they did, they wouldn't withstand the test of time. But yeah, this property is quite interesting too. We have a ton of quartz rocks out in the yard. Anytime my dad goes out there and tills up the land for a garden, me and Esther will go out there and pick up quartz crystals behind him.
They're beautiful. I mean, I like them a lot.
I'd get them down, but they're up in a damn jar up there, and I don't feel like it.
I don't blame you. I know that the other night, me and Aaron both had a story to share about this. He said he looked out of our bedroom window, and my grandpa has a bug zapper just sitting outside, and, you know, it glows purple. He says it looked like there was like a white outline of something that walked in front of it. He hollered outside to see if there was anyone there, but he never heard any footsteps. He never saw anyone. No one ever said anything. So he thought it was a pretty creepy thing that I could mention.
Yeah.
And then that same night, which is what got us talking about it anyway, is that I mentioned this one. I was laying in bed and I heard a giggle.
That happens a lot on this land.
It's not just that, though. I looked up because it sounded like it was at the foot of the bed. My ankle got touched. I freaked out, and I pulled my blanket over my feet quick like it was going to help me.
No, Mr. Killer, I'm not hiding under the blanket, I swear.
I think there's a little sickle on you. Is there? No? Maybe it's just a little gap right there. It just looks dark. It looked like it.
So you know what we were talking about earlier, some other things we might do for her channel. It's something that I'm very interested in case you missed it. But I love to do the paranormal investigation stuff. Me and my sister used to go basically commit crimes looking in houses that didn't belong to us. We never tore nothing up or broke into nothing. We just...
Which is why the law wouldn't really care anyway, as long as you don't hurt nothing. Most of the time they don't.
Well, yeah, but people don't really fancy it when you walk into a house that don't belong to you, especially if it's their house.
The majority of the time, though, with abandoned places, the reason why the law usually gets so strict about it is because those places could fall in.
Or people go in and tear them up.
There's a bunch of different reasons, really.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not hurting nothing, a lot of times they might just be like, meh, meh, meh.
Again, some of those fellas are not nice. We love the law enforcement folks, but some of y'all got tubes, man, even if you ain't doing nothing wrong. He's got two, too. But he's
Yeah,
cute, so.
he's adorable. He's a sweetheart.
But anyway, let us real fast go ahead and play this EVP for you. Put on your headphones. It is very noticeable. It's very clear to me and her and to everybody else that's listening to it.
Yeah.
And even people that don't believe in spirits who have been in this house have heard weird things. So, right. Before we get too much into this, I found that clip very fascinating when she showed it to me. We do have the entire EVP. How long is the whole thing?
Like 25 minutes.
Right.
But I'm cutting like the first 4 minutes out because there was a lot going on. Me and Aaron were walking in and out of the room. There was a lot going out. So it's probably about more like 21.
They were getting ready to leave and everything. So, anyway, we do have the entire thing that could be uploaded, but we didn't think you'd really want to step through the whole thing. But it can be provided if people want to listen to it and check it out. There are also a lot of things that she left out of this EVP because it would be too long. But here and there were pops, cracks, bangs.
To me, it sounds like there's whispering the entire time, just low whispering. But there is an air conditioner going on in the room, so
you can hear that.
You can tell it's an air conditioner. But I do know that white noise can sometimes create little noises, like make it sound like whispers.
Yeah, it can. But white noise, they also says some people say that ghosts can speak through white noise or use that as energy.
Yeah, which would make sense with why Destiny hasn't had any experiences up until now.
They have an industrial strength fan in their room, so for her to say she doesn't hear things most of the time, I'm not surprised. But just this morning, what did she say?
She heard talking by the window, and she knows there was no one out there, and the window was closed.
Yeah. Now, Destiny has me chasing ghosts a lot. She can see better than I can and hear better than I can, I guess. Well, I don't know if she can hear better than I can. But anyway, she notices things going on outside more than I do. Like the light in my truck coming on, or light in my son's car coming on. And I watched it come on, so I'll go out with my gun and check everything out and not see anything. And if it gets too real, I call my daddy, and we both go out there with guns. We check everything, and we let the big dog Jake out.
I just remembered something myself. This was several years ago, before me and Aaron even got together, and I remember freaking you out about this, too.
By the way, we've lived on this property for almost 30 years.
I was in my room, and I heard something outside my window. My screen even fell down.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I freaked out because it sounded like someone was trying to open my window. Of course, my window is broken. It doesn't lock. So we put a sword in the top of it so no one could open it.
So it can be pushed open.
And it was really creepy because when we went outside, the screen didn't just fall out. It was like laid perfectly against the house.
I suppose it could have slid out that way, but
no, you can look at that
very
and tell it
likely.
was slide.
Not very likely is my point. And the funny thing is, we can't keep a screen on that window. Every time Grandpa's put it back on there, and he did siding and windows for a living. So when he puts the damn screen on the window, the intention is for it to stay. That one just don't matter what you do. So I found that interesting. But this whole, my mom has heard of bear. I've got a whole paranormal playlist on my channel of stories I've told about this stuff. So if you want to watch that, you can go to ketodiamond.com, Keto Diamond channel, and there's a playlist there.
Now, anything y'all want to watch that's on her channel, I will link her channel in the description below. Y'all can check that out, watch all that stuff if you like. And if you want to hear the rest of that EVP, that whole long thing, I will, well, just let me know in the comments if you want to listen to it, because if not enough people are really into it, it's not really worth posting or editing and all that. So, is there anything else?
We will make more of these videos as things happen, and we also decided that we'll probably wait until fall really rolls around good, where it's really cool and the snakes are not out. And I know, right?
Maybe we'll take an EVP, that little recorder I have.
We'll
go
take
down
some recorders and some video cameras and go through the woods, because this whole property seems to be very hot. It just does. And there's rivers and lakes and all kinds of stuff around here.
And you know, they say rivers create a lot of paranormal activity around them too.
Yeah, they do. And then you got the quartz crystals, which the Native Americans call talking stones, because they believe that it would allow voices and stuff to be replayed. And sometimes I do think that's what we're hearing. But like this morning when I was told to shut up in an empty house, either my husband was a ghost for a split second, or something intelligent was listening.
I wouldn't be surprised if something intelligent was listening, because she talks to herself a lot. And after some point as a ghost, I think I'd be like, shut up too.
She deserved that. Hey, she deserved that one. She earned it the hard way. But yeah, let us know if you're interested in seeing any of the other stuff or anything else we can do that might be fun for Karina's channel to help it grow and build more. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell.
Thank you, Mom. And thank you all guys for watching this video. Have a nice and wonderful day. See y'all guys next time.
Much love to you.